Well, hello, and welcome to the Tao Manifesting Tarot reading. This is the audio edition of a reading that is focused on your ability to manifest. And so because of that fact, we do things a little bit differently here. First of all you're going to see on your screen for the next dozen minutes or so is this picture of the tarot spread for today. That's it. Many of the people who join me on a daily basis, because I do this 365 days every day of the year, they just close their eyes and they listen. They get into a light hypnotic state. The reason I just put this one picture up on your screen is I don't want you to be more distracted than you already are. That, in large part, is what's wrong with the world today. Try to walk around and see anybody who's not somehow connected or attached to their cell phone. It's amazing. I've seen people standing or sitting next to one another, each of them looking at their cell phone. They're right next to one another. Forget the conversation. I got to go to my phone. And we're like trained rats. Got to get to the phone, got to get to the phone, got to get to the phone. And most of what comes on your smartphone is garbage. It's distraction. TikTok is the essence of distraction. It's just training you like Pavlov's dog. Ooh, what's the next thing? Ooh, what's the next thing? They don't mean to anything. They don't help you in any way whatsoever for the most part. They're just there to occupy your consciousness. Because when you are so occupied on garbage, you're not paying attention to the real stuff. For example, what's going on in Maui? Are you familiar with the fact that there are some hinky things there reported and substantiated? It's not just a fire. There were specific parts of the islands that were lit up and other parts right next to them that weren't. Some other interesting stories as well. Did you know about that? Did you know about the super secret company that has bought up thousands of acres of land in Nevada right next to the major naval, or not naval, but air base in western United States? And they bought up so much land that they're even bumping up against a major communication center. They think it's connected to the Air Force Base. But nobody knew anything about it. They paid exorbitant amounts of money. They were offering the farmers there who had the land they bought it from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times what it was worth. And we cannot, because the company was licensed in New Jersey, which is, or was it Maryland? Both of them are horrendous. We can't find out who is behind all of this. Yes, they throw up some Silicon Valley names, but they aren't the ones behind it. Something else is going on. Similar thing went on in Michigan. Chinese company tried to build a big, huge battery factory for EV cars. The people in the southern part of the state said, no, get out. If you don't know these things, you really aren't paying attention. You really aren't aware, and that's why they are distracting you. Now, how that impacts you most immediately, it hurts your ability to manifest. That's why just one picture for 12 minutes. Let's get to it. Front card, middle card. The Oracle card, community. Really important, because what happens to us when we're on this cell phone frenzy is we don't really connect with people. I mean, yeah, okay, we'll have conversations and DMs and stuff, but we're not really connecting. You're not looking at them in the face. You don't have them right there. Conversation is becoming more and more difficult between people unless you're on the smartphone. That hurts community. And community is our big strength. And in fact, it's community that gives us energy, enthusiasm, positivity, the Ace of Wands. The wands are all about positivity, enthusiasm, and going all out. They don't do anything halfway. It's all or nothing. And so to form community is to form a connection with yourself. All together now. And that may be the most important thing of community. How about putting all your parts and pieces together so they're communicating, your mind, your body, your spirit? Pay attention to that inner voice. Maybe it'll make you a little more enthusiastic about your situation. Enthusiasm is indeed needed, because I don't see a lot of enthusiasm from very many people these days. Also, what would be needed may even help with community, certainly enthusiasm, about the gift of love. Page of Cups. Pages always change the storyline. The Page of Cups is just a small little, it's a token of affection, of interest. Don't just think love, think connection, think community. And what the Page of Cups is doing is giving you an opportunity to make some small connection to yourself so that you can make small connections to other people. It begins with us. I say this very often and I repeat it now. Everything in your life begins with you, and then that radiates the energy, the frequency, the vibration out to other people, and you begin to attract similar people in your community. So what we're seeing here in the first two cards is enthusiasm, a sense of love, respect, caring for yourself, an appreciation of your inner voice, the inner conversation. This goes back to the idea of community, all together now, your mind, your body, your spirit, working together in unison. Listen to that quiet, small voice. You know it's right. It's always right. How many times have you said, I knew it. I knew it. And you didn't do anything about it. Don't do that now. This is very important that you form community with yourself to form community with others. This is going to be important in terms of establishing your basic, essential value system. When you have a strong value system, everything else becomes much easier. I was just talking to a friend of mine today. She was getting ready to go out for a walk. I was coming back from bicycling. And we just had a little kibitz. And she was talking about the fact that today being the first, she had to take care of some bills. And she says, I got a little bit of a fudge factor, a week or 10 days, but she says, I want to stay on schedule. I want to stay organized, because if I start to get out of my routine, man, I start forgetting things. Routine, another word for routine in a way, a value system. If you have a good, strong value system, all the other parts and pieces come together. You can form community with yourself and with others because you know what you stand for. You know what you're worth. Really important. Next card, up top all the way to the left, strength. Strength, important card, is fortitude, patience, compassion for yourself. For yourself. If you can forgive yourself, you are forgiving your enemy, your biggest enemy. For all of us, it's our subconscious. It's the screwed up programming. Kind of jumble things in our heads. And with all the distractions I was talking about at the beginning, that just jumbles it up even more. So you need the strength to step forward, to move forward. With joy, with gusto, with positivity, with enthusiasm. But you can't do it until you form community with you. You bring all those parts and pieces all together now. Then you can give yourself the gift of love, Knight of Cups, and you can spread that gift to others. I mean, it will be real, not artificial, not a social obligation. Last card up top, or second from last, Eight of Wands. Everybody loves the Eight of Wands because it's acceleration. It's movement forward. It's action. It's stepping forward into a life that is more exciting, more positive, more possible, because you're putting all the parts and pieces together. You are forming community with yourself. Step away from the distractions. This is exactly what all of that garbage is intended to do. Quick little clips that titillate but don't educate. Education doesn't have to be dry, but you got to be aware of what the hell is going on. Most people are not because they're too busy being entertained. One of the guys at the World Economic Forum, a group of people who I discuss hate, one of the guys there was asked, how do you bring the whole world together? He says what you do is you entertain them with games and you drug them. That's his words, not mine. This is what you're going against. This is why you have to form community. This is why you have to put all your parts and pieces. We have to be all together now. Because the devil, middle card up top, is the stuff that we are connected to. Comfort and convenience. Ooh, what a combination. Save me from comfort and convenience. That's how it's been sold to us. We're lazy. We're distracted. We're dullards. Maybe this guy from the World Economic Forum is right. Maybe you just drug them and then give them a lot of games. Keep them busy. Do not let them think. John D. Rockefeller said, I want a country of doers, of people who work, not people who think. They're getting there. They're getting there, and we're paying the price. So, all together now, form community with self first so you can form it with others. That's the reading for today. Back tomorrow. We're going to, I think, do the trifecta tomorrow. That's the look ahead at weekly energies for next week. Hopefully we can get together. If not, between now and the next time we do tarot together, peace and blessings.